How would you like a tasty spinach chicken salad about right now? I certainly would, and I'm going to have one in just a few minutes. Why don't you join me? Stay tuned for Health Watch. Hello, I'm Terrence Affer Anderson, and this is Health Watch. March is National Nutrition Month, and we're going to discuss how we can all establish a lifestyle of eating healthy. So one of my guests today is going to prepare a healthy spinach salad that I'm going to enjoy after and maybe during the show. But before we do so, I wanted to share some information I gleaned recently from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention website. Statistics I'm certain will get your attention. 9 out of every 10 Americans 2 years of age and older ingest too much sodium. Too much sodium can raise high blood pressure and increase your risk for heart disease and stroke. 800,000 Americans die every year from heart disease, stroke, and other vascular diseases. 44% of the sodium we eat comes from only 10 different types of foods. 65% of the sodium comes from foods sold in grocery stores. 25% of sodium comes from foods served in restaurants. African Americans are disproportionately impacted by hypertension, heart disease, and stroke. So, how much do you know about your own salt and sodium intake? How much do you know about salt and sodium in general? And let me ask you this question. Are salt and sodium absolutely synonymous to one another? I encourage you to take a salt and sodium intake quiz found in the Norfolk Department of Public Health website. Simply go to the site and you'll see a sodium intake quiz icon on the right lower portion of the screen. The website address is www.norfolk.gov/pub_health. Check it out. As it happens, there is indeed a difference between salt and sodium. That's just one of the topics we're going to discuss today. But first, let me introduce our guest. Making a return trip to Health Watch, actually she's been on the show several times now, is Crystal Barber, a family consumer sciences extension agent and a registered dietitian in the Portsmouth office of the Virginia Cooperative Extension. Crystal is also teaching a dynamic healthy eating curriculum called Walk Away Healthy Lifestyle, developed by the University of Georgia Extension Program. Also joining us today is health and wellness chef Jaleel Lindsay Lowe of Custom Eats. Jaleel also serves as a Walk Away Healthy Lifestyle chef. She is the one who's going to talk me during the show today as she prepares the spinach chicken salad I spoke of earlier. Welcome to Health Watch, ladies.
Thank you, Terrence.
You know, I mentioned that I was hungry. I'm concentrating on this food here. I can't wait to get into it. Jaleel, why don't you start preparing the food and, you know, just stop us along the way if you finish before we get to you. And don't be surprised if I ask you a question or two.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you.
Crystal, why don't you tell us about the Walk Away Healthy Lifestyle program?
Terrence, before I describe the Walk Away Healthy Lifestyle program, I do want to mention about the FIT Extension program at Virginia Cooperative Extension. It is also an adult healthy lifestyle program. The program is web-based, online-based, and it's self-directed. So what was found that the citizens wanted a program that was more hands-on. So this is why we adapted the Walk Away Healthy Lifestyle program from University of Georgia. And the wonderful part about the program, there are 3 components: nutrition education, physical activity, and then there's a healthy cooking demonstration. And all this is happening in 1-hour sessions twice a week. The program is held at our 105 Utah Street office in Portsmouth, and participants will get a pedometer to help track their physical activity. 2,000 steps equal a mile. So they can set goals with the physical activity, and they also get a food and activity tracker.
Okay.
And research has shown that these are very effective. And then the last thing that they get is a Know Your Numbers pamphlet.
And what numbers are those?
These are the blood pressure, your cholesterol, and then with the program you get 3 monthly weigh-ins.
Oh, really?
Yes, and in this way they can track their weight and see how they're doing.
I see. Now, Julia, I'm supposed to concentrate while you're taunting me with that chicken. You know, I already told you I was hungry. Okay, so you brought some pictures from some previous editions of the Walk Away Lifestyle program. Let's put those pictures up on the screen now. You tell us what we're seeing, okay?
Okay. All right, the first couple of pictures, we have a workout session, an abdominal, stand-up abdominal workout session, and the participants are enthusiastically engaged in this. Veronica Ely.
Is that the person in the next slide? Let's
Yes.
go to the next slide.
She's leading the
She's
session.
really working out, huh?
She really is. She's one of our partners from the Taylor Bend YMCA.
Okay, let's go to the next slide.
And here we are at the YMCA in Portsmouth. They allowed us to use their indoor track.
Is that the one downtown? Is that downtown?
That's the one near Churchland.
The Churchland, okay.
On High Street.
All right, next slide.
And here's another happy participant to be working out. And here again, we're at the indoor track at the YMCA.
Next slide.
Aha.
Oh, that's a familiar face.
And this is one of my dietitian partners. She's sampling a spinach calzone.
Now that's who is on the left, and on the right, of course,
Yes.
is the beautiful Jalil.
And Chef Jalil, who prepared the calzone. And that was one of the items that we had the participants sample, and it's made from tofu.
Tofu, really? Okay. And the final slide.
And the final slide, this is the exciting part for the participants. At the end, they get recognized at a closing session, and they get the opportunity to invite family members and friends.
I see. Now, look, I like to get back to the damage that we are potentially doing to our bodies. I guess we are definitely doing to our bodies with the excessive intake of salt and sodium. And I guess a good way to do that is to talk about a particular component of the Walk Away program, and that's the Choose My Plate. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Choose My Plate program?
Well, as far as Choose My Plate, Terrence, we do, of the 12 lessons, we do have a healthy eating lesson, which is coming up this week. And the Choose My Plate is incorporated in that. And what Choose My Plate is, it's the brand new nutritional icon and guideline put out by the USDA for persons to be able to have a tool to help them choose healthy. And the powerful part about it, our First Lady, Michelle Obama, was very instrumental in the development of that nutritional guideline. And what you have with the guideline is a graphic representation of a plate. And it's sectioned off, and the color scheme is the same thing as my pyramid, and what they have done, the food groups are there.
Right. Very interesting. Now, you mentioned that one of 7 messages that is conveyed in the Choose My Plate program is one that deals with comparison shopping when it comes to salt and foods.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, and that particular message that you're talking about, it comes under one of the key messages, foods to reduce. And what they're trying to promote is that you want to reduce high sodium foods. And the best way to do that is to read labels. So you can compare the amounts of sodium in foods and make sure you're not getting an excessive amount. And in addition, you also want to make sure you're choosing the right choices.
Making the right choices.
Yes.
Now, is that confusing? Because one of the questions that I have is, as I pointed out, there is a distinction between sodium and salt. Now, I remember back in chemistry class many years ago, salt rather, is sodium chloride, NaCl. But when it comes to shopping and just in terms of nutrition, what is the difference? What is the distinction between sodium and salt?
Well, you're absolutely right to reflect back on those chemistry days.
Well, I'm glad that I can remember that far back.
Because sodium definitely is a major mineral necessary for the body. It does function to maintain fluid balance, but the body does not need a whole lot of the mineral. And as far as salt, the difference is sodium is a component of salt. When you combine it with chloride, it makes up salt or table salt.
Okay, so basically the sodium chloride, again, that we learned back in chemistry class. All right, what are the recommendations for the daily sodium intake?
Well, an average person needs to take in no more than 2,300 milligrams, so less than 2,300 milligrams. And someone who's age 51 years old and older they need to take in 1,500 milligrams. In addition, those persons with chronic kidney disease, hypertension, and diabetes also need to limit their intake to 1,500 milligrams.
Well, I want you to notice that I pay particular attention to when you said someone 50 or older. You made a very strong gesture to me. We're going to leave that one alone.
Okay.
But what kind of good food choices can we make to help us reduce the sodium intake?
Some really good food choices are you want to kind of limit your processed foods, like your cold cuts, some of your hot dogs, and eat more of your lean meats and poultry, fresh fruits and vegetables. The fresher, the better. Whole grains, that's a part of the Choose My Plate. It tells you make half of your grains wholes. It also tells you half of your plate should be fruits and vegetables. So those are some really good sources.
Do you hear what I hear? Listen, Kathleen, do you hear that food saying, Terrence, Terrence? We're going to get over there pretty soon, hopefully. Now, speaking of messages, people calling out to you and so forth, what other messages are there available in the Choose My Plate program?
The other messages are balancing calories, and we know that is really important because if you're going to consume and you're not keeping up if you're eating too much, then you need to make sure that you're burning off those calories with activity. So it's a balancing act. The other message is foods to increase. And the
foods to increase?
Foods to increase. There are some foods to increase. And those are low-fat milk and fat-free milk, your lean meats, fruits and vegetables, whole grains.
What about soy milk? That's pretty good.
Soy milk is excellent.
Okay.
Soy is a plant-based protein, and you cannot go wrong.
Well, I like to get to some nutrition tips that I know are available that come with the Choose My Plate program, and we're going to put those up on the screen. Okay. So do please feel free to read through those. And those are the nutrition tips that come from the Choose My Plate program. Let's start off with the Choose My Plate website. That's www.choosemyplate.gov. That's very simple to remember. So let's list these tips.
Okay, add more vegetables to your day, focus on fruits, make half your grains whole, get your dairy daily, build a healthy meal, shop smartly for veggies and fruits, liven up your meals with vegetables and fruits, use kid-friendly veggies and fruits, be a healthy role model for children, cut back on your kids' sweet treats, eat seafood twice a week, use Super Tracker.
You know, I want to get to the Super Tracker, but I'm a great lover of seafood, and I was very pleased to see that. That's a new development, isn't it, where they're encouraging folks to eat seafood twice weekly?
Oh, definitely. The omega-3 fatty acids, the good fats that are found in some of the seafood, you cannot beat it. That's why they're encouraging that for a healthy heart.
I take a fish oil supplement. Would that give me the same kind of thing? I do that on a daily basis. Would that give me the omega-3?
It will, but you still want to monitor it, you know, because fat can be stored. So you still want to monitor. I noticed that you're looking at me kind of weird again. Fat can be stored. I'm a great storer of fat. Let's go to the Super Tracker. Tell us about what is Super Tracker? The Super Tracker is an excellent tool that can be found at the Choose My Plate website. It's free, and what you can do with the Super Tracker, you can analyze what you've had to eat for an entire day. You can it'll analyze your physical activity, and the good part about it, it spills out a report for you, and you can compare what you have done with the recommendations, and that way it helps you to keep up with goals that you're trying to meet per day.
You know, if ever I have you guys come back on the show, I want to make sure that I grab something to eat before you start cooking. This food is really, really smelling pretty good. I can't wait to get into it. One of the other things you mentioned was nutrient-dense foods. What are nutrient-dense foods, and give us some examples?
Nutrient-dense foods are going to be your food choices with the highest nutritional quality per calorie yield. And to give you an example, Terrence, and I'll ask you this question.
Uh-oh.
Let's
The
suppose,
last time you were on here, you gave me a quiz.
let's suppose you had breakfast this morning and you had bran flakes.
We have to imagine that I had breakfast this morning. Go ahead.
You cut up a whole banana and you had 1% milk. Within the next tomorrow, you're going to choose to have a fast food item because you need to get to work on time. So you're going to choose a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit and a cup of coffee. Both two breakfast meals can yield around the same calories, but which one do you think has the highest nutritional value?
Oh, the first one. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So those are nutrient-dense choices.
Oh, I see. That
The
makes a lot of
banana,
sense.
the low-fat milk, and then the bran cereal.
Low fat is nutrient dense. Yeah, because there's more nutrients than the.
Right.
Yeah.
Than the empty calories.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks like we're finishing up right on cue here. Look at that salad. That looks really, really very good. So do you have about a 6 plates I could use all by myself? That looks pretty good. Tell us what it is that you prepared. We know that it's a spinach chicken salad, but how did you do that, Jalil?
Well, it's pretty simple salad to prepare. You just cook the chicken any way you like. You could broil it, you could bake it, you could even poach it if you like. And then the salad dressing is just peanut oil, low sodium soy sauce, an artificial sweetener of your choice. We chose to use stevia and sesame oil.
Chose to use what?
Stevia.
What is that?
Stevia is not artificial. It's actually a natural sweetener that comes from a stevia plant. So it's 0 calories, and it's actually a really good supplement for you. So that's also in the salad along with some ginger. It's kind of like an Asian inspired type of flavor. So and then you just toss it together with some almonds and you top it with the chicken and you have a nutrient-dense meal, basically.
Is there anything else you can tell us about the nutritional value of the meal? You mentioned the stevia. That's just something I've not heard of before.
Well, for a half a cup of this salad, it's probably about 164 calories approximately, and 130 milligrams of sodium. So it fits right into the profile of one of those things that would support, trying to lower your cholesterol or
right.
your blood pressure. It would support that. I'm not saying that it would, but it will support if you were trying to make some healthier food choices.
Well, my stomach has already begun to sing an aria, which is a standard line of mine because I don't eat well. So let's get into a little bit of this meal. I'd love to have some of this. Let me taste a little bit of this.
Well, would you like some chicken on it? I'll cut some chicken.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, cut the chicken. And as you're cutting the chicken, I'm not sure how much time we have left, but as you're cutting the chicken, you made the salad dressing yourself? By combining those different ingredients?
Yes, yes. You can get all of the ingredients in the supermarket. Nothing is hard to find. They're all in your local grocer. So
that looks really, really very good. Okay. Oh, so we have time to eat and do a little bit more here.
I'll just place that on this side there.
Now, what I like to do as we're waiting here, Crystal, could you tell us a little bit more about the very first program that you mentioned, the Walk Away program, as a part of another program, is it not? Is that what you're saying at the beginning? Fit and train. What was it?
There are 2 adult healthy lifestyle options that we have at Virginia Cooperative Extension. Right. And the Walk Away program is the one that's the hands-on one where there's participant and agent involvement.
Right.
And the Fit Extension one are for your computer folks who like to go online.
Are there any other editions or versions of the Walk Away program in Hampton Roads?
No, this is actually the only one that is conducted in the state of Virginia.
Really?
It is.
I'm very pleased and feel very fortunate to have you come on to the show and share this with our viewers. And I think this would be a good time to give some contact information here of
Okay.
how folks can reach you.
Okay. I can be reached, Crystal Barber, at Virginia Cooperative Extension, City of Portsmouth Office, 105 Utah Street, Portsmouth, Virginia, 23701, 757-393-5197. And I can also be emailed, and you can get a copy of the recipe at cvbarber@vt.edu.
And that's a copy of the recipe for the fancy, good-looking spinach chicken salad.
And it's chicken salad.
Yeah. Well, you did a great job, Jaleel. Let's partake a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Let's have her. Well, I don't want to walk out of frame with standing up here.
Okay.
So we're set for her. So.
Some plates here for you? Did you want plates here for you?
Yeah. Check this out. Sister, come with plates. Fantastic.
And I have.
I just want to make sure that the camera crew stays on the camera. You know, the longer they stay behind the camera, the more there is for us to eat.
I'm excited. We get to practice what we preach.
Man, that looks really good. Can we get a close-up of this before she serves it? Someone get a close-up of that. That looks really, really rather good. Okay. Oh, just hold it up so we can. Yeah. Man, oh man.
Look at the color.
Yeah, the color is good. That looks very, very good. Okay, that's enough. Time for it to come on the plate. You know, and while we're doing this, let me also give some information here about for our faithful viewers. You know, you can watch previous editions of the Health Watch online at www.norfolk.gov. The full address is www.norfolk.gov/TV48. /health_watch. And you can also call me at 757-683-8836. Again, that's 757-683-8836. You can email me at terrence.afra-anderson@vdh.virginia.gov. And I'm not going to share the recipe. You have to get in touch with Crystal for that, as I'm not going to share the food. I guess I'll share a little bit with the crew here. This really looks very, very good. And I think what we should probably do is close as we're eating the food. Yeah. I mean, that'd be just a perfect way to close.
Perfect.
Guys, again, thank you so very much.
Thank you, Terrence.
Very good indeed. Thank you so very much for coming on to the show today and preparing this salad.